As we return to Bazada, I can hear the raucous sounds of the marketplace city before I see it. And we're back. We pass through the familiar city gates and return to the early bustle of the city.
Let's pause here and take a moment to restock. There are a few items I'd like to pick up, which may be helpful.
Good idea. Why don't we all make sure we have everything we need, and then meet at the Crystal Rail station?
What do I need? I need food. We all agree, and so this is a whole lot of black screen right now. We all agree and split up. I spend some time browsing through the stalls again. I'm about to get some more cookies, dog. Afterwards, I head over to the station to meet back up with the group. I'm the first to arrive at the station, but Kara shows up only a few minutes later. As the rest of the team gradually trickles in, Kara appears at the station list.
The end of the line is Stonecrest, so that's where we should go. Once we arrive there, I'll scout around and find our next course of action.
We want to reach as close to Central as possible, so traveling to the end of the Crystal Rail is a good first step.
Good shit. More black screen. Once we have a semblance of a plan put together, we purchase our tickets. After the train pulls into the station, we all board and begin our journey. More cards. Here we go. Oh, we're just skipping. We're literally we're racing through now. We're skipping everything. Earlier we had to go through a dragged out game of BS, and now 2 days has just passed instantly. I squint at the midday sun and join the others as we quickly disembark the train. You could have just said exit the train. I don't even know if that's correct usage or not. It could be. Grateful for a chance to stretch our legs. You're literally...
Here we are. Stonecrest.
Jesus Christ. You're literally on like the Hogwarts, the train, like the Hogwarts Express. Like there's plenty of room to stand up there. Like... Whatever. Here at Stonecrest. Cool. Another place I don't know. Kara pulls her arms overhead in a stretch. Oh. How to say this without sounding weird. Kara pulls her arms overhead in a stretch, forcing her chest out. Zach's eyes are immediately drawn to her. She smirks at Zach, who quickly averts his gaze and stares hard at a random cobble on the street. The town doesn't differ much from other towns we've seen so far. It is made up of the same stone buildings and cobblestone paths. See, we were able to pick out a little detail like that, but like 2 days to go by. I mean, not like I wanted to play another dragged out game of BS, but we basically slept for 48 hours. Sounds great. Same stone building and cobblestone paths. People wander in and out of the shops, going about their daily lives. Boring. The first thing we do is find and enter the inn. Wow. Alright, so now that we're here, how do we figure out where to go next? Kara grins.
Just leave it to me. I'll ask around and see if I can come up with anything.
Okay.
I'll keep my eyes and ears open just in case I hear something too.
But why would you need to hear something and why would you keep your eyes open if you're trying to hear something? This is silly. Kara shakes her head.
You should relax and enjoy the city. I've got some contacts I'm going to reach out to, so I've got this.
Oh, well, if you're sure.
Kara nods.
I already have a few ideas and leads based on some of my previous scoutings for temples and hidden relics.
Right on.
Okay, then let's meet back here in a few hours to regroup.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Works for me.
Amelia nods distractedly.
Now that we have something of a plan, I'll be heading off.
Me too.
This is okay. What I'm kind of interested in is like, this is a lot more straightforward than Ace Academy, and I guess the reason is, the reason I say that is because, like, in Ace Academy there are very clearly like directions you can go to pick different girls, but very clearly in this game there's only one girl that is yours, which is Leanna. Amelia is a loner, but like very clearly they've been pointing out like, hey, Zach kind of likes Kara, so Kara is Zach's chick. And yet, but like this is still supposed to be along the same lines of Ace Academy, where like you can kind of pick who you want to woo, but like it's very clearly saying like, oh, this is Zach's chick and Leanna is your chick. I don't know. Maybe this is just a little more linear than Ace Academy, which I'm okay with, just because I love Leanna that much. But yeah, Leanna is basically like a better version of Yuna. It's just a fact. Like Yuna was the best girl there, but like, oh, Leanna is just whoa, all the way up there. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, Kara and Leanna leave while everyone else stirs. I don't have anything pressing to do. I wonder if I can help or hang out with someone. I'm ready to call it. Clearly, so we can kind of see everyone. I bet Zach is at the inn. We're already here. We clearly go find Leanna. Obviously. Obviously. Kara seems to already have an idea of where she wants to go. Maybe I can hang out with Leanna, who is doing something. What is she doing? What is Leanna doing? I check the surrounding streets and come upon a statue. Leanna stands right before it. Hey. She smiles as I approach.
Hey.
I look back at the statue of a woman. She stands in a regal pose overlooking the town square. She's decked out in armor with a sword hanging by her side. Who's that?
That is Elena Vale. She was a mage knight who fought to protect her city against the advancement of Void.
Oh damn, she sounds happier than she looks. Leanna's eyes sparkle. Yeah, I think this isn't the incorrect face to use. Leanna's eyes sparkle with admiration as she looks at the statue. She tucks a lock of hair behind her ear. That's pretty cool. I'm guessing she's from here? Leanna nods.
She was still studying at the academy to become a mage knight, but happened to be home when Void attacked. They didn't have the same type of training regimen in place back then as we do now. Normal townsfolk weren't trained or prepared to fight in a battle, and it was absolute chaos.
Ugh. And plus, like, shadow magic is bad news. We don't like that. I just realized I really hope this is plugged in. Oh, right on, it is. Anyway, it was absolute
Scouts
chaos.
by the gate spotted the advancement of a Void troop coming to the town, which caused panic. Elena quickly took charge and tried to calm the people down. Thinking on her feet, she asked for volunteers to help evacuate families from the city, and others to help set up barricades and defenses in town to slow down the Void advancement. Those who stayed to fight knew what but Elena's faltering bravery rallied them. Together they found whatever they could to block off the streets and alleyways. That way, they could at least try to control where the fights happened.
Smart.
And then, Void entered the town.
I do not like that. Are we dealing with like the resurrection of Void right now? Hardcore. I'm down. Let's do it. I'm gonna kill him. That must have been a bloodbath. Leanna grimaces.
It wasn't pretty. These weren't trained soldiers, but still, they persevered for their town. Elena and a team of guards sought out the leader of Void, who was hidden in the back lines. They used hidden passageways in the town to quickly reach him, using her magic and training. She was a formidable match during the skirmish, and at one point, she even had the upper hand.
This is whack. Void is just whack. I feel weird because I haven't talked in a while. Void, like, it kind of, like, we don't, how are they, okay, so they were disbanded because everyone had to, like, join up and get him. This kind of reminds me of Voldemort. A little bit.
When the leader realized that he may be cut down, he cowardly tried to retreat. He cast a line of shadow fire between himself and Elena, which stretched across the road. It burned both any Void followers and townsmen alike.
Jeez.
Who were caught in the crossfire.
Ouch. She begins to speak in awe.
But that did not stop Elena. She leaped through the dark flames and ran her sword straight through him.
Yay, she killed a man. Woohoo! Yes! What a badass. That's so reckless. Well, she's smiling pretty confidently. I mean, did she... I mean, I don't... Is badass a slang term? Does she know what that means? Words? Things? Let's just stick with that so reckless. Sound concerned. She should have called out to her guys that he was getting away. Blah, 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 anyway.
She didn't know if there was anyone on that side of the fire. Nor would she want an untrained townsfolk guard to take on the highly trained mage.
Also, can we talk about this for like 2 seconds? I mean, not 2 seconds. Like, I need a little bit more to talk about this. So this is very, like... So we have the statue of this chick, Elena, right? But, like, Leanna knows literally every single detail of this fight. And even what was going through this chick's head at the time of this fight, which was... How long ago? Forever ago? At least a solid amount before we were born? How does she know everything? Like, was there a diary of this? Like, this is... doesn't make any sense. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just confused how you know all this. And a fair point. I'm assuming that was the fatal blow that killed the leader. Leanna nods.
Unfortunately, shadow fire is far more deadly than regular fire. And it proved to be
She
fatal.
did. She sacrificed her life to save the people of her town. That's admirable. Very. What happened then?
With the Void Leader defeated, the rest of the followers broke down and either fled or surrendered. Thanks to Elena, this town wasn't taken over.
Here we go. You seem to know a lot about her. Leanna brightens up again.
Of course, she's such an inspiration. There aren't many mage knights who are women. While Elena may not have been one of the heroes of Asaria, who defeated and ended the conflict with Void, she still made just as big an impact to the people of this town.
So I'm guessing these heroes of Asaria are all dudes. Right on. So, yeah, this is a local hero. I mean, like, feminism? Hell yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. I mean, it is cool, I guess, for her. It's in a mage knight in a field predominantly composed of men. It's fine. We're leaving it be this time.
To me, Elena embodies what it means to be a mage knight. Being a student didn't stop her. She still did everything possible to protect those who needed it.
Is that why you became a mage knight?
It's one of the reasons. Elena showed me that no deed is too small to make an impact on someone. As a mage knight, I get sent on missions all over Havengard.
Ah!
I feel like I can make more of a difference than if I were just a research mage.
Fair enough. So yeah, cool. Right on. Like, that's really, honestly, like, no joke or anything. That's like a very respectable way to think. Although I do have to call out the mistakes on this line here. And impact, and also this is not Havengard, it's Havengard. Ugh! She grins.
Plus, getting to travel around and meet new people isn't so
Well,
bad.
you did meet me, sweetheart. I'm fucking killing myself. Oh, family, here we go. This is big time. This is big boy shit. How does your family feel about you traveling so much?
While they don't think it's ideal, it's something they're already used to.
Oh? Leanna nods.
My older brother is also a mage.
Right on. Are we gonna meet her older brother? Dude, we're gonna get smacked. He's gonna murder us. Oh, so you kind of followed in his footsteps? I don't want to assume that you're not a totally independent woman.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Okay, that went well. You're an independent woman. I believe you. You've followed your own path. Yes. Do you two get along? She thinks, then nods slowly.
Yeah, we do actually.
He must have been really happy to hear you've become a mage knight too. Leanna shifts her gaze away and smooths her skirt. When she looks back up, she seems too cheerful.
Well, that's a long enough break. I should go and help Kara with the search. I know she said we didn't have to, but investigating is part of what I do. I'll meet you back at the inn.
That was a fast change in demeanor. It must have been something I said. Alright, I'll keep looking around too. She flashes... Oh, wow, that makes a lot of noise. She flashes me one last smile before quickly disappearing down the street. I guess I'd better get a move on as well. With that done, I think about my next steps. I bet Zach is at the inn. Based on previous patterns, it shouldn't be difficult to figure out where Zach went. I'm making my way to the inn. To my surprise, Zach isn't standing in front of the bounty board. Instead, he's sits alone at the table, nursing a tankard. He's getting wasted. Yes, sir. I'm sure if I join him, that'll be my entire day. Looks like, or sorry, it looks like Zach's starting early. I'm sure if I join him, that'll be my entire day. Screw it, let's do it. Oh, so I can waste the entire day. I'll come back later. It may be 5 o'clock somewhere, but not here. I'll see what others are up to and then join Zach later. With that done, I think my next steps. So we can get drunk, or we can just call it. We can go find Amelia, I guess. I mean, might as well just talk to everyone. Might as well. No point in not doing it. I make a big loop around the town, but don't find her anywhere. Racking my brain, I try to think of things that Amelia would be interested in. Maybe a library or museum or something bookish. I make another lap around town, but don't find those places. Well, I'm making no progress wandering around, so Amelia is clearly not here. Oh, she's back. I make my way back, and I'm surprised to see a familiar set of pigtails sitting quietly at one of the tables. I was already here. Amelia looks up at me as I approach her.
Greetings.
Hey. She makes no indication to speak again. What are you doing here?
I am awaiting the rest of our group at our designated meeting point.
Right, but we still have a lot of time before the others are going to show up. She blinks.
Yes, I'm well aware of that information.
Don't you want to explore the town?
No.
I continue to stare at her, so she explains.
I do not possess the contacts of Kara to pursue a lead on our next destination, nor are there any familiar channels of leisure for me in the city. The only option available is to reconvene with the rest of the group. Hence, I'm awaiting everyone's return.
Familiar channels of leisure. Is that her way of saying there's nothing fun here? There's got to be something fun to do around here. She shakes her head.
From my understanding, there is no library.
Well, you were right on the dot, buddy. Fun is a broad term. Are those the only places you've looked for? She nods. Fun could mean more than just that. Have you tried looking for some place with games or something? She cocks her head to the side and looks at me curiously. You know, like... I pause and as I try to think of what type of games would be in this world. Maybe stuff you'd find at a fair? Ring toss, or knife throwing, or whack-a-mole. It's not in this thing.
Perhaps you were describing a carnival.
Apparently whack-a-mole is a thing in this world for some reason. Yeah, that's it.
I did not seek out that information, but I believe I may know the location of what you are seeking.
Really? That's great. We should go. She pauses as she thinks, then gets to her feet.
I suppose frequenting an establishment such as that could be considered a form of learning.
That's right. Let's go. Amelia exits the inn and heads confidently out into the streets. I keep up as she turns onto side streets, and before long she pauses in front of an open alley. It reminds me of the fairs and carnivals we have back home. People set up their stalls along the sides, but instead of selling wares, they advertise activities. There are stalls offering targets to test your skills, like weapons throwing, or stalls which you have to guess your weight or age, or which will guess your weight or age. Amelia glances at me.
Is this what you were suggesting?
And this is even better than I imagined. Which one do you want to check out?
I am content to merely observe.
That's no fun. You should try one. She doesn't seem to be interested in choosing. I guess that means I'll just have to choose for her. Maybe we should go for something more engaging, like target throwing. Looking around at the stalls, I don't recognize what half of these options are. There's something with floating circles and something else with bottles. I pause when I see the stall with dischargers. Finally, something I recognize. This shouldn't be too different from the shooting ranges back home. Let's try shooting the dischargers. Amelia gives me a strange look.
An interesting choice.
Her tone suggests this is not something she'd try on her own, but follows me to the stand anyway. The man behind the counter grins at us.
Think you have what it takes to win? Hit 3 out of 5 shots to win a prize.
You ready?
Perhaps if you attempt it first, I can observe you and then attempt it myself.
Oh, I'm her guinea pig. Are you trying to tell me a discharger is too difficult for you? Amelia shakes her head dismissively.
Nonsense. Dischargers are merely a simple tool. I, on the other hand, have extensive magic training. This is nothing more than an exercise in coordination. I will attempt it.
That'll be 2 coins, miss.
She places the coins on the counter and he swaps it out with a discharger.
There are 5 rounds loaded in there. Have at it.
Amelia clutches the discharger and holds it in front of her. She squints one eye as she lines up her aim, then she squeezes the trigger. A bolt of energy shoots out of the barrel and Amelia lets out a small gasp at the kickback. The shot is wide and she misses the target. Amelia's eyes are also wide as she studies the discharger with interest.
How curious.
Have you ever shot one of these before? Buddy, have you ever shot one of these before? She shakes her head.
The opposing force was unanticipated. This time I will be prepared.
She lines up her aim and fires again. Anticipating the kickback, she fights to keep her aim straight, but can't stop the slight jerk of the weapon again. Her shot misses. She frowns and seems surprised at herself, as if she can't believe that she's continuing to miss. She fires again but aims too high and misses, then fires once more and shoots wide. For a final shot, she aims too low and misses again. Her face falls when she realizes she's all out of shots. Let her be. It's frustrating not to be able to do exactly what your brain tells you, especially for someone as logical and analytical as Amelia. That last round must have been very unsatisfying.
Good try, miss. But unfortunately...
Amelia interrupts him by placing more coins on the counter.
I would like another attempt.
Right on. I'm surprised by the determination in her voice.
As you wish.
He takes the coins and resets the discharger with more rounds. Amelia fires again and again, but never quite hits the target. She throws down the discharger and raises her bracelet, an unusual fire in her eyes. They begin to glow. Hey, what are you doing?
I will hit the target.
You've got to use the discharger.
This discharger is clearly defective and not utilizing the energy properly. I will use my magic to prove it to you.
I have no doubt your skills in casting magic, but shooting a discharger is a new skill. You shouldn't give up. Amelia doesn't react. Are you really going to let a measly little discharger get the best of you? Your aim will be, and you'll be hitting those targets in no time. As she considers my words, her jaw unclenches and she lowers her arm. She picks up the discharger again with new resoluteness. As she lines up the shot, she takes her time before shooting. This time her shot is much closer to the target. Amelia nods as if confirming something to herself. She shoots again and her shot is even closer to the target. On her last shot, her face in. This time she painstakingly lines up her shot and steadies her grip. I almost burped. Oh, there it is. As she pulls the trigger, she uses her body to help her keep steady from the kickback, and her shot hits the target. Her eyes light up as she throws her arms in the air and hops up and down in excitement.
I hit it! I hit it!
That's excitement? This is upsetting. This is fine though.
Did you see?
She turns to me with a big smile on her face and she jumps excitedly. Her pigtails bounce along with her and she claps her hands. Oh, she's so cute. Let's not do anything weird. I'm happy for her. It's always a nice feeling to finally accomplish something that was too hard. Hey, that was a great shot. She squirms as if she still can't believe she made it. Suddenly her face turns red and she freezes. She has feelings? Ooh, I see them. I mean, she did get frustrated. Wow, her face turned red. That is unusual. I see the moment of embarrassment on her face before she resumes her usual blank stare.
I meant it was only a matter of time before I got the correct calculations.
Okay, so I can kind of see how this is appealing to some people, because it's like she's actually like really cute and fun, but she just doesn't show it. You know, I can see how this is appealing to some people. So maybe there is a few directions you can go, but like, how many directions are there in Ace Academy? 4 at least. There's Yuna, the 2 girls from the shooting team, and the run flirty chick. I don't remember their names. That's all I remember. Yeah, that.
Anyway, I shall return in a moment.
There it is. Wow. She rushes off in a hurry towards the ladies' room, probably to recompose herself. I guess I'll wait here then. She still didn't win that prize, though. Maybe I can win it for her. I address the shopkeeper. Hey, I'll give it a go. I've done my fair share of paintballing back home. It should be somewhat similar. Should it? I place my coins on the table and man hands me a discharger. First round misses as I familiarize myself with the weapon. My second attempt hits the target, as does my third. Unfortunately, my next attempt misses as I misjudge my aim. This is it. I steady my aim and fire. Miss, fail, or hit. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hit. My aim is true when I hit the target. Yes! Put down my discharger and pump my fist in the air. Fuck yeah. Fucking. Do they have curse words here? I'm gonna be like, fuck you. The man grins.
Nicely done. Well, here's your prize. Congratulations.
I love this man's voice. Nicely done. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. Oh, that was funny. He hands me a pink Pango plushie. Oh my. Thanks. Amelia returns and her eyes grow wide when she sees my plushie.
How did you acquire this?
It's the prize from the game. She looks at me with surprise and seems impressed.
You attempted the game, and you were successful?
You tell her that she went off before before she got her prize. That's what you tell her, but you're not trying to woo her. You're trying to woo Leanna, you dumb bitch.
I see.
She eyes the discharge booth again. I hold out the plushie. This is for you. She blinks.
But you earned this.
I already have a Pango. I don't need another one. I place the plushie in her hands. Let's check out another stall.
Okay.
I turn around and begin walking, but not before I catch the small smile on Amelia's face as she hugs the plushie close to her. This is really depressing. As we walk around the stands, I think about Amelia and her Magecaster program. So, I've been wondering, as a student at the Mage Academy, won't coming on this adventure with us affect your classes?
That is not an issue for me, as I do not have classes.
You don't? She shakes her head. Oh, then what have you been working on?
My research studies. A significant component to becoming a Magecaster is research study. That is my focus and basis for participating on our travels.
Fair enough. So you just have to document research of a subject area of your choice and you're done?
To put it so plainly does a disservice to the amount of effort involved in formally achieving the status of Magecaster. But ultimately, you are correct.
Okay. Sounds a bit like she's working on the equivalent of her dissertation. So, if that's it, why haven't you done it already?
It is not so simple. I had taken into consideration furthering the research on temporal rifts and the other parallel worlds. But such an endeavor would have been fruitless without an avenue for further research.
That explains your fascination with Elder Ism and Ember Mist. And then I came along. She smiles.
Precisely.
Aren't you worried that the Mage Academy will come looking for you?
After departing the Academy, I did ensure that a notification would reach my professors to inform them that I am currently traveling on a research study. These studies are quite numerous and common amidst my peers.
I see. Amelia pauses in front of the stall.
Shall we attempt this activity?
Sure. We spend some more time trying out the other stalls before we decide to leave. Amelia returns at the end, but I decide to stay out a little longer.